The friendliness of the welcome they receive in a different nation may make or break a trip for many tourists who wants to fly halfway across the globe only to encounter hostility. Long flights, stomachaches, and all the other hardships of traveling overseas can be forgotten if you feel valued by the locals of your location. However, the most hospitable nations aren't often what you'd anticipate. This list of the friendliest nations can assist you in making travel plans and teach you about a few undiscovered destinations perfect for people seeking a friendly welcome from natives. Here are the top 26 friendliest countries to visit or live. 1. South Korea. According to a survey by Internation, moving to South Korea is undoubtedly difficult. Language obstacles are primarily to blame for this, as it takes a solid grasp of Korean to do things like open bank accounts and find housing. Traveling can be difficult if you don't speak Korean. Korea makes up for its lack of convenience with kindness, though. Even when they can't speak English, Koreans are kind to Westerners and frequently eager to assist. Once you discover venues to meet them, you'll be able to make Korean friends without much difficulty because younger people frequently have a basic understanding of English and are eager to make international acquaintances. The ultra-modern nation also boasts a rich history, delectable cuisine, and stunning scenery. 2. Poland. Language is a problem in Poland as well, for both foreigners and tourists. But once you get past that obstacle, you'll discover that most individuals are welcoming of visitors. Poland also has the benefit of being a relatively safe country. There is no need to worry excessively, but you should always remain alert. However, the nation does not enjoy a good reputation for its treatment of the LGBTQIA+ community. 3. Hong Kong. Hong Kong merits its own place here despite the fact that it is an administrative region rather than a country because of its distinct and independent culture and administration. Undoubtedly, Hong Kong is interesting. Despite its modest size, you'll discover that it has one of the top culinary scenes in the world, fantastic nightlife, effective transit, and friendly locals. These factors all work together to make Hong Kong one of the most well-liked locations for expats, especially for business people. You can always find somebody to make friends with, even if you're just traveling through, because of how many foreigners live in the city. 4. Hungary. It certainly seems like people in the Central European nation are more laid back than others. Perhaps it's due to the Hungarian custom of soaking your problems away in a gorgeously built public bath. Despite the fact that few people in the former Soviet nation understand English, they always seem to be happy when tourists come to witness their country's natural beauty. Budapest, unquestionably one of the best capital cities in Europe to visit, has a particularly high degree of this pride. 5. The Netherlands. The Netherlands is most known for its capital city, Amsterdam, which is also one of the most historically significant cities in the world. To witness the city's flowing canals and traditional residences, visitors swarm here. Unfortunately, Amsterdam's fame has made some native Dutch people hostile to visitors, who have made it challenging to live in the city core. However, this does not imply that you won't receive a friendly welcome as long as you behave decently and travel to the city for its food and culture rather than its sexier attractions. To win over the Dutch, venture outside of Amsterdam and explore the sometimes overlooked rest of the nation. 6. Belgium. With so many options for beer, chocolate, waffles, and fries, who wouldn't be friendly? To the dismay of the Dutch, Belgium narrowly outperforms them in the friendliness category. With 3 official languages, French, Dutch, and German, and more than half the population speaking Flemish, Belgians, who make up 45% of the world's population, are accustomed to cultural diversity. This encourages people to be more accepting of others and makes them want to show you all the treasures of their nation. 7. Italy. The abundant joy of Italians is well known, and this joy frequently manifests as delightful loudness, a love of music, and, yes, overt friendliness that charms the pants off of everyone who visits. With one of the most beautiful nations in the world, truly unrivaled art, and food that tastes like heaven, being kind shouldn't be too difficult. It truly comes as no surprise that Italians are pleased to welcome visitors and brag about how fantastic their nation is since there are so few negative things that can be said about it. 8. China. Again, the language barrier is the largest obstacle to communicating with natives in China. You shouldn't expect everything to be in English wherever in China because, unlike other nations, it doesn't pander to foreign tourists. For this reason, a lot of individuals choose to employ a tour guide who has connections to the community. You'll have a lot more fun and be able to interact with people, even if it's only through a proxy if you do. Chinese people are genuinely interested in foreigners, so if you visit less popular cities, locals will probably want to know just as much about you as you want to know about them. 9. Peru. Peru has a long history because it was the center of the Incan Empire. Additionally, it has one of the most well-known cuisines in the world, which is unusually spicy on a continent where spices are scarce. Cusco, the Amazon, and Lima, the country's maritime capital, are among the most well-known tourist destinations in the 19th largest country in the world. Peruvians are cheerful and outgoing, and this is reflected in how they treat tourists who come to their stunning nation. People will be courteous and considerate when speaking to you, and they will offer to assist you if you ever appear lost or confused. 10. Malta. Even though Malta is a small island republic in the heart of the Mediterranean, most tourists still seem to ignore it. Since this crazily gorgeous nation is the result of thousands of years of cultural interaction, their loss is your gain. It was a gathering place for people from Europe, the Middle East, and Africa because of its position. And while this did in the past lead to some political instability, the nation is now able to capitalize on its position at a crossroads by excelling in hospitality and cultural tolerance. 11. Ukraine. Making friends appears to be simpler than adjusting to life in Ukraine, according to expats. Even for newcomers to the country, the nation placed 25th in terms of forging intimate bonds. This symbolizes the robust hospitality culture of Ukraine, and we are pleased to see the myths about the nation dispelled. 12. Japan. There is no other country that resembles Japan in terms of its language, culture, architecture, or cuisine. Japan is genuinely a nation unlike any other. This explains why so many tourists are drawn to Japan and visit despite the country's infamously high cost of living to see its beauties firsthand. Because of its extreme homogeneity, Japan may cause some visitors to feel uncomfortable. Locals are kind and considerate as well, and many like talking to visitors and discovering more about their cultures. 13. India. Expats rank India 63rd out of 64 nations for feeling at home, agreeing that migrating there is not the easiest thing to accomplish. But there isn't a bad reason for this. Instead, India is so different from anything most people have ever encountered. Additionally, the nation ranks 38th for friendliness, demonstrating that it is welcoming to outsiders even if it will always be proudly Indian. Indian culture lays a strong focus on hospitality, which is evident when you travel there. 14. South Africa. Everyone who has attended a braai or South African barbecue will agree that the people of that country are ready to treat you like family. Despite its violent and polarizing past, South Africa has developed in the 21st century as a nation that values variety. Although there are always tensions and problems, the country has made a determined effort to learn from its past errors and create an identity where everyone is welcome. 15. Turkey. If you speak a little Turkish, you may have noticed that older women frequently address you as sweetheart or my darling, even if they are strangers. This speaks volumes about how welcoming Turkish society is, where even strangers are greeted with kindness and affection from the very first encounter. Turkey has historically served as a crucial point of interaction between the Middle East and Europe, much like the other nations on this list. As a result, it has mastered the art of preserving its own distinctive culture while inviting and honoring various traditions. 16. Singapore. Although Singapore has a reputation for having rigorous rules, such laws do have some benefits. The welcoming Changi Airport will help you see and feel that practically soon after arrival, the city-state is actually one of the safest places to travel to in the world. Additionally, Singapore is a melting pot of Malay, Chinese, and Indian cultures, and English is one of the official languages there, making it simple for English speakers to travel there and explore without encountering any linguistic difficulties. This ranking showed that neighboring Malaysia performed even higher, proving that Malay people are among the friendliest. 17. Luxembourg. Luxembourg, another city-state, only has a little over 500,000 people. Because of its small size and tendency toward stable governance, Luxembourg is regarded as one of the least corrupt nations in the world. Additionally, it has a long history that dates back to 963 AD, and the numerous castles, underground tunnels, and diverse museums the nation has to offer, tourists can experience its medieval past. 18. The United States. There is a spot in at least one of the 50 states for everyone, even though Americans may not have the same reputation for friendliness as their Canadian neighbors to the north due to the melting pot of cultures in the United States. Perhaps some southern charm would suit you better if the bluntness of New Yorkers turns you off, or perhaps that free-spirited Californian is calling out to you. Of all, the hospitality of the Midwest is unrivaled, so a vacation to Chicago or Kansas City might be exactly what you need. 19. Panama. Recent years have seen Panama truly blossom, drawing foreigners from all around in quest of adventure and outdoor pursuits, including fishing, swimming, snorkeling, and surfing. But what really makes individuals feel at home here is the nation's dedication to diversity and progress. 20. Cyprus. The Cypriots are renowned for their friendliness and ability to make visitors and expats feel at home, which is something that is highly prized in this country. In reality, philoxenia, which is derived from the Greek words philos and xenos, guest or tourist, means hospitality, so you can anticipate being greeted as a friend practically soon after arriving. Additionally, the laid-back lifestyle, which includes beaches, 340 days of sunlight every year, and an abundance of delectable Mediterranean cuisine, are more than enough reasons to adore this nation and the people who call it home. 21. Nigeria. Nigeria has been rated as the happiest country on earth in previous studies, despite having a significant amount of corruption and violence. That primarily results from Nigerians' propensity for being exceptionally upbeat. They frequently have optimism and are always looking forward, which permeates the entire nation and is evident to both foreigners and visitors. The intense religiosity of the Nigerian people, who largely practice both Islam and Christianity throughout the nation, may have something to do with this. 22. Qatar. Qatar is a nation that consistently seeks to preserve friendly relations with other nations, despite escalating tensions in the Middle East. It can't hurt either that it's the richest nation in the world. Additionally, it boasts a low crime rate and a close-knit expat population, making it simple for people moving here to make friends. 23. Bulgaria. Bulgaria need not be unfriendly just because they don't smile when they meet you. They just don't smile at strangers as a matter of course, even when you're being served in a restaurant. But at home is where the Bulgarians truly excel. They are renowned for hosting guests for lingering lunches and copious amounts of wine. Don't forget to dance either, something it's that Bulgarians really adore and take great delight in. 24. Kazakhstan. Since ancient times, Kazakhs have cherished friendship, community, and hospitality, and they are proud of their multi-ethnic society. In fact, this Central Asian nation is home to 126 distinct ethnic groups, all of which coexist harmoniously. 25. New Zealand. Almost everyone who visits New Zealand remarks on how kind the Kiwis' local New Zealanders are. Locals frequently use the expression "she'll be right" to express confidence that things will turn out. It's just enjoyable to be around them, and their can-do mentality and their modest demeanor only add to their attractiveness. 26. Greece. 66% of those polled said it was simple to make new acquaintances in Greece, and 74% said it was simple to feel at home. Additionally, its Mediterranean atmosphere makes it particularly pleasurable for recreational pursuits. Greece, however, is not without flaws. If you were hoping to make money here while traveling, guess again, because it comes at the dead bottom in the survey's Personal Finance Index. If you enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying that you have subscribed, and we will try our best to reply to your comment. Thanks for watching.